Very much like blood, I believe.
Is it a pleasant taste?
For me, no. But of course, I am not a vampire.
Dr. Igawa's not the only one with a bad taste in his mouth these days. Meet the Reverend Theodore Newland of the Fellowship of the Sun, an anti-vampire church movement. His message has been spreading far and wide thanks in part to podcasts like this one.
I assure you that the light of the Lord will soon shine down upon them all, and then they will see His terrible glory.
When you refer to the light of the Lord catching up to the vampires, what do you mean?
Eventually, all vampires will be forced to greet the sun.
And who will be doing the forcing?
That's up to the Lord. But as far as I know, God has no law against taking the out of the undead.
Sounds to me a bit like the gospel according to Reverend Newland.
All one needs to do is look at the facts. They made their existence known to us with the advent of synthetic blood. Why? So they could convince us that they were not a threat, because they no longer needed to feed off of us. This implies that for the centuries preceding synthetic blood, that they were a threat, that they did feed off of us.
A fair point, to be sure, and one that Nan Flanagan has no small amount of practice avoiding. One of her more slippery performances came recently on HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher.
I mean, come on, doesn't your race have a rather sordid history of exploiting and feeding off innocent people?
Number one, show me documentation. Doesn't exist. And most importantly, point number two, doesn't your race have a history of exploitation? We never owned slaves, Bill, or detonated nuclear weapons.
Well,
we're citizens, we pay taxes, and so we believe we deserve the same constitutionally protected rights as everyone else.